Hey there, teachers and public employees. Welcome to the Public Employee Retirement Training Channel, where we help public employees like you prepare and plan for retirement. In this video, we're diving into an essential topic for educators and public employees: group disability policies. If you've ever wondered how to protect your income in case of unexpected health challenges, you're in the right place. You've surely seen the Aflac or Colonial Life representative at your school or place of employment. Today, we're breaking down group disability insurance that is commonly offered through public sector employment and exploring if it's worth the cost. We'll be comparing two popular options that many public sector employers offer. We have Aflac and Colonial Life, so you can make an informed choice that best suits your needs. From coverage details to benefits and costs, we'll break it all down for you. Plus, we'll share real-life examples to help you visualize how these policies work in practice. So, whether you're a seasoned teacher or just starting your career in public service, stick around. Let's ensure you pick the best coverage available to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on important topics like this. Alright, let's get started. First, let's break down what group disability policies are and why they're crucial for teachers and public employees. Group disability insurance provides financial protection by replacing a portion of your income if you're unable to work due to a covered illness or injury. This is particularly important for educators and public workers, as many don't have extensive personal savings to rely on. On a quick side note, if you want to learn more about public employee retirement training or improve your financial literacy, create a financial plan for yourself and your family, or start planning for retirement but are not sure where to begin, be sure to check out the Retirement Roadmap and other resources in the description below. Now let's get back into it. So, Aflac disability policies are insurance policies that provide income replacement benefits to policyholders who, are unable to work because of a covered illness or injury. So, Aflac is actually a leading provider of supplemental insurance, including disability insurance. Typically, Aflac disability policies offer several types of benefits, such as short-term disability benefits, which might provide coverage for up to 6 months, and long-term disability benefits, which could provide coverage for an extended period of time, often until the policyholder reaches retirement age. The specific terms and conditions of Aflac disability policies can vary depending on the policyholder's age, occupation, health status, and a few other factors. Aflac policies may also offer optional riders or benefits, such as partial disability benefits, which might provide coverage for policyholders who are able to work but can't earn their full income due to a covered disability. It's important to note, too, that Aflac disability policies are supplemental insurance policies. That means they're designed to supplement your existing health insurance or other disability insurance coverage rather than replace it. Aflac policies aren't only available through an employer. While Aflac does offer group policies that employers can provide to their employees as part of a benefits package, Aflac also offers individual policies that can be purchased directly by individuals. So you can visit the Aflac website or even contact an Aflac agent to learn more about the available individual policies and to get a quote. The specific policies and benefits available might vary depending on your location and a few other factors. It's worth noting that individual policies may have different terms, conditions, and pricing than group policies offered through employers. Also, individuals may need to go through a medical underwriting process to qualify for individual policies, whereas group policies offered through employers might not require this. So, what are the pros and cons of an individual disability policy versus a group disability policy through an employer? There are several pros and cons to consider when comparing an individual disability policy versus a group disability policy through an employer. Alright, let's talk about the pros of an individual disability policy. First up, customizable coverage. An individual disability policy can be tailored to meet an individual's specific needs and circumstances, such as income level and occupation, which may result in more comprehensive coverage. Next, portability. An individual disability policy can be taken with the policyholder if they change employers, whereas a group policy is typically tied to the employer and may be lost if the policyholder leaves the company. Then, availability. An individual can purchase a policy at any time, whereas enrollment in a group policy may be limited to certain times of the year or during open enrollment periods. And finally, guaranteed renewable. An individual disability policy is usually guaranteed renewable as long as premiums are paid, which means the policy cannot be canceled by the insurer as long as the policyholder continues to pay premiums. Now, let's look at the cons of an individual disability policy. First, higher cost. Individual policies may be more expensive than group policies offered through employers, since the insurer is assessing the risk for a single individual rather than a group of employees. Then, medical underwriting. An individual may need to undergo a medical underwriting process to qualify for an individual policy, which means that individuals with pre-existing medical conditions may not be eligible for coverage or may be subject to higher premiums and no employer contribution. With an individual policy, the policyholder is responsible for paying the entire premium, whereas with a group policy offered through an employer, the employer may contribute to the premium. So let's talk about some of the pros of a group disability policy. First, there's the lower cost. Group policies may be less expensive than individual policies, since, the insurer is assessing the risk for a group of employees rather than just a single individual. Another benefit is that group policies may not require a medical underwriting process, which means that even folks with pre-existing medical conditions might still be eligible for coverage. And with a group policy that's offered through an employer, the employer may actually contribute to the premium, making coverage way more affordable for employees. Now, on the flip side, there are some cons of a group disability policy. For starters, group policies may have limitations on coverage amounts and might not be as comprehensive as individual policies. Another thing is, group policies that are offered through an employer are usually tied to that employer, which means you could lose your coverage if you leave the company. And finally, with a group policy, you might have limited options for customizing coverage to fit your specific needs and circumstances. So overall, the choice between an individual disability policy and a group disability policy through an employer really depends on your own circumstances and what you prioritize, like the level of coverage you need, the cost, and whether you want portability. It's super important to carefully consider the pros and cons of each option, and honestly, it's a good idea to consult with a licensed insurance agent to figure out the best course of action for you. Now let's compare the two major players, Aflac and Colonial Life. First up is Aflac. Known for its supplemental insurance policies, Aflac offers a variety of disability options tailored for educators. How do Colonial Life Group disability policies compare to Aflac Group disability policies? Both Colonial Life and Aflac are reputable insurance providers that offer group disability policies to employers. While the specific terms and conditions of their group disability policies may vary, there are some general differences between Colonial Life and Aflac that may be worth considering. First, product offerings. Both Colonial Life and Aflac offer a range of supplemental insurance products, including group disability policies. However, their specific product offerings may differ, so it's important to compare the policies available from each provider to determine which may be the best fit for your needs. Second, underwriting. Both Colonial Life and Aflac may require some level of medical underwriting for their group disability policies. However, the underwriting process may differ between the two providers, so it's important to review the requirements and restrictions of each policy to determine which may be the best fit for your situation. Third, coverage limits. The coverage limits of Colonial Life and Aflac group disability policies may vary. It's important to carefully review the coverage limits of each policy to ensure that the policy provides adequate coverage for your needs. Fourth, benefit payment options. Both Colonial Life and Aflac offer multiple benefit payment options, such as lump sum payments or monthly payments. However, the specific payment options available may differ between the two providers, so it's important to review the details of each policy to determine which may be the best fit for your needs. And finally, customer service. both Colonial Life and Aflac have a reputation for providing good customer service. However, the quality of customer service may vary between the two providers, so it may be helpful to read reviews or ask for recommendations to determine which provider may be the best fit for your needs. Ultimately, the choice between Colonial Life and Aflac Group disability policies depends on your specific needs and circumstances. It may be helpful to speak with a licensed insurance agent or benefits specialist to compare the policies available from each provider and determine which may be the best fit for your situation. So let's recap the key features of Aflac. You've got fast claims processing, flexible coverage options, and cash benefits that can be used for any expenses. Now let's take a look at Colonial Life. Colonial Life offers comprehensive coverage for both short-term and long-term disabilities. They really focus on workplace education and support, plus their plans are customizable to fit your individual needs. Both companies have their strengths, but how do they stack up against each other? Here's a quick comparison. When it comes to the claims process, Aflac is known for its speed, while Colonial Life focuses on thorough support. For coverage options, Aflac offers more flexibility, whereas Colonial Life has more comprehensive plans. And well, cost can vary, so it's essential to get quotes based on your specific needs. Now that you know the basics, here are some questions to consider when choosing between Aflac and Colonial Life. First, what is my budget for disability insurance? Second, how much coverage do I need? And third, what is the claims process like for each company? So, are these plans worth it for teachers and public employees? Let's break it down. Choosing a disability insurance plan can be a significant decision. Here are some factors to consider. The pros include, first, financial security. Disability insurance provides income replacement, helping to cover bills and living expenses during challenging times, which can be especially important for educators who may not have substantial savings. Another big benefit is peace of mind. Knowing you have a safety net can really alleviate stress and allow you to focus on recovery without financial worries. And finally, supplemental coverage. If you already have some level of disability coverage through an employer, these plans can enhance your overall protection. So, let's talk about a couple of the drawbacks of disability insurance. First, the cost can be a real concern. For some people, the premiums might just be another expense that really stretches their budget, especially if they're already juggling things like student loans or other financial obligations. And then there's the issue of limited coverage. Depending on the policy, some plans might not actually offer the level of coverage you need, which could leave some gaps that would be pretty tough to handle financially if a disability ever happens. Ultimately, the decision to invest in disability insurance really depends on your individual circumstances and priorities. It's crucial to weigh the benefits against the costs and, consider just how much protection you need. Consulting with a licensed insurance agent can provide further clarity tailored to your situation. We hope this video helped clarify group disability policies and guided you through the comparison between Aflac and Colonial Life. Stay informed, stay prepared, and here's to your bright future ahead. If you want to learn more about public employee retirement training or improve your financial literacy, create a financial plan for yourself and your family, or maybe start planning for retirement but are not sure where to begin, be sure to check out the Retirement Roadmap and other resources in the description below. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, share it with a fellow teacher or public employee. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Drop your questions or any future videos you want to see in the comments, and hey, thanks for watching.